In this video, I'm going to compare the Intel Core i5-6500 with i7-5930K, but I also bring in i7-5820K because it seems to me that this processor makes more sense for more bang for the buck. The Haswell E processor, and that was launched a year ago, than the Skylake. It's a recent processor. We have a hex core in Haswell E processors and a quad core in Skylake. On the top of it, these two Haswell E processors support hyper-threading that Skylake does not support in this particular model of Skylake. Now we get 50% more performance because of the number of cores, 4 versus 6, and then on the top of that we get another 15% performance improvement because of the support for the hyper-threading. On the clock frequency side, we have a base clock of 3.2 versus 3.5 and a turbo clock from 3.6 versus 3.7, so clock frequency is also higher. The Skylake is about 1.5% faster for the given clock frequency, but that doesn't count as much. That difference in the Skylake performance was not significant, and the number of cores, frequencies, they have much more weightage than the performance improvement in the architecture. The Skylake is better in terms of power envelope. It's a 65 watt processor versus 140 watts for the Skylake E, Haswell E. Let's take a look at the benchmark score. We have 13,693 for 5930K versus 7133 for 6500. We also have another processor 5820K that I talked about earlier at about 13,000 pass mark score. But if you look at the pricing details, the 5930K is at much higher, 593 versus $202 for 6500K. Now we have an intermediate choice of going with i7-5820K, which is $396, and its performance is comparable to 5930K. Of course, it's slightly slower. We know that because it's 3.3 GHz versus 3.5 GHz, and the peak clock frequency reduces from 3.7 to 3.6 GHz. But if you can live with that small difference that you probably won't notice, Skylake Haswell E is going to say 5820K is going to save you $200 for each processor. A couple of other things that you need to know, that with the Skylake we have two channels of memory. With Haswell E, it's a quad channel memory, and that doubles the memory bandwidth from 34 GB per second to 68 GB per second. Also, Haswell E does not come with any integrated graphics, so you will need a discrete graphics card, which adds to the cost. The Skylake comes with HD Graphics 530 integrated graphics, which is not great for high-end computing, for high-end gaming, but is still good enough for entry-level to mid-level gaming. And this is pretty much covers everything about the difference between these two processors, and I hope you find it helpful. Thanks for taking a look.